comedic purposes. I don't know what the gonna do. I'm not a gorilla. You think I know the combos are gonna hit?
So why you
You
assuming?
think I'm like, okay, the gorilla is gonna hit the 1-2? I don't know. All I know is that gorillas when they're mad, they slam their ass. They slam their you want me to go full gorilla? Talk.
And I think that's where everyone should really just stop putting morals onto things that don't exist anymore. Like, to have your own morals, yeah, you should always have your own morals, but like to put it on the rest of the world and expect them to follow through, they tried that they tried that already and it failed.
Do you really believe Trump is a Christian?
First of all, don't get me started on politics and religion.
No,
Okay?
do you believe Trump is a Christian?
By what standard?
The general sense of the word. Do you think he's a Christian?
Do I think he's a Christian and goes to church every day?
I don't think he even believes in God. I think
could
he's
s-
using. I think he's using that religion to like garner votes and stuff.
I mean, obviously.
I don't think he actually.
Does he do
Like-
any of the stuff that a true Christian should do?
No.
Depending on what you think a true Christian is. You know, there's a lot of different broken factors in that religion.
I know. I just don't think he's a Christian. But anyways, I don't know how we got to Trump. We were talking, but yeah,
None of this is going on. Who knows? Maybe
it's been a busy week, hasn't it?
a busy week.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Monday.
No, it's not. It's about to be Wednesday.
It's Tuesday. What busy week?
Last week
Oh, last
in the
week.
culture,
In the culture. What
the
happened?
base have been spawning online. Sinners is making rounds. I'm glad you finally saw it.
The Anime Awards is around the corner.
I'm very interested to see what's going. If Frieren don't win, man,
Yeah,
I'm
we're gonna
canceling my Crunchyroll subscription.
No, we're gonna get into that.
I'm
but
not giving them niggas no money for my favorite show doesn't win.
I'm gonna do a
anything.
nice couple week boycott on Crunchyroll if they don't
Couple
win.
weeks is crazy.
Actually, it could be longer because you know my sites that I won't name are still alive.
Your sites. I'm not gonna promote piracy on this podcast.
You won't, but you bought what game?
What are you talking about?
Weren't you converting the other day?
What are you talking about,
Insert the clip here,
bro? Are you the feds?
Huh?
Are you the feds?
The feds.
You sound like you're the feds right now.
Why would I be the feds?
Cause you're over there exposing me for visiting certain sites.
I never said a site. I never said you did anything. I just said you might be switching sides.
Anyways, welcome back to City Unit.
Welcome back, guys. We're back and we're jumping right into it today.
Yeah, I just want to talk about Sinners because that movie was crazy.
All right. Spoiler alert immediately, right here. Spoiler warning. For Sinners.
By now, if you haven't seen that movie, like I don't know what
You're
you're doing.
crazy. Go see Sinners.
Like,
It's amazing. It's a
one of
great
the best
movie.
movie
It's probably
that's-
the best movie this year.
That's a very. It's too early. It's too early to say that.
Listen,
We're only in April.
I said what I said. Now something can come out.
we
and
haven't
knock
seen
it out.
we haven't seen Thunderbolts yet. We haven't
True,
seen
true.
Fantastic Four yet. We haven't seen.
But I put those in the superhero movies, which I still put them
It's
in the
still a
category.
movie.
No, I still put them in the movie category, but I also put them in their own category of like this is still goated. Like Endgame is still one of the greatest movies of all time.
But yeah, Sinners. As far as like
As far as a movie I thoroughly enjoyed from beginning to end, it's definitely there.
I did the first half. I like the world building. I like the southern black,
yeah.
feel. I like the vibe of it all.
Nah,
The acting was great. Michael B. Jordan acting with himself
That
was
great.
phenomenal.
It's-
The
Yes.
guitar player Miles, I forgot his last name, but apparently it's his first movie ever.
I did see that. Yeah, it's his first movie ever. I was
And
like, oh shit, and
bro-
bro knocked it out the park.
Bro, killed it.
He killed that scene.
Oh my! Not just the scene, in the
No,
whole
I mean, not the
movie.
scene, but like just the movie. He just killed his role. completely. And my favorite scene where my favorite scene where the music changes and shows all the ancestry stuff.
I
You know,
like that scene, but it wasn't my favorite scene. I think I told you already.
there's another scene I like that's almost as good as that, but I'll get to that later.
But let me get your overall thoughts before we get
Goated.
deeper.
Goated. Ryan
Mhm.
Coogler came through and shot at everybody with
Mhm.
another banger.
So like,
Even though he had to re up, but also I still give Black Panther 2 like grace.
as far as
I mean Land Panther.
Ryan Coogler's movies, I'm not gonna put Sinners above Black Panther 1. I'm sorry, I can't do that because
Hmm.
because of like
Hmm.
the significance of Black
That's a
Panther
really
1.
tough one, actually. Now that I think about it,
This is my list of Ryan Coogler movies,
I
right?
don't even know Ryan Coogler's
I'll
movies like
put
that.
Black Panther 1,
Mm-hmm.
Sinners 2,
Mm,
Fruitvale Station 3,
I didn't see that.
Black Panther 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you
I
seen Fruitvale Station?
no. Um, Black Panthers 2. I still give it grace considering the factors that were involved with it,
Yeah, Chadwick passed away. They had to restructure. They had to regroup. I
and it
get
was
that, but
very fast on Hinge.
I feel
So
like the end product could have been better. But we
I
can have.
mean, I feel like if they had more time, it probably could have been better. But it was very fast paced, and MCU had to keep a movie out right then and there. So, but if we got a glimpse of the original storyline, like what was originally supposed to happen, if had Chadwick not passed,
Uh-huh.
I feel like it would have been crazy.
I don't know. We can't.
But we can't speculate on those
We
things.
can't speculate on those things. We just got the end product and we gotta rank it. But
But
you can
I
tell
don't think
that
it was a terrible movie.
you can tell
I
that
f-
Sinners was like something that really meant a lot to Ryan Coogler's. Like
it did.
it was a personal story.
I
It
think
was unique. You can tell that it was crafted with a lot of care, with a
and
lot of
thoughts.
like thoughts, and
There was
the
this.
end product was really, really, really good.
I really liked the way it was historically accurate
Mhm.
and the way it was just like the overall theme and messaging in it.
What
I
themes and
thought was
messages do
great.
you get from it? Because we might have interpreted it different.
The main one. Every time black people do something, they gotta come in and do something to fuck it up.
Okay. Both the
um,
clan and the vampires. Okay.
Clan and the Vampires, the black, Asian, and Irish kind of there,
Mhm.
and this is kind of my theory, but like I think that the Irish guy being the vampire is because they chose to be white instead of Irish. And that's a really deep topic that I don't know if you want to get into
They
today.
chose to, you. So you think Remick the vampire was kind of racist?
Not in the sense, well, for the movie, since he's a vampire, he's just trying to bring everything. Because the scene where when Preacher Boy is praying,
Yeah.
and then he says the prayer too.
Yeah.
He's like, my people were taught that same prayer.
Yeah, because he's Irish.
Yeah,
Because the English
yeah,
oppressed the Irish,
yeah. I'm
and they
saying that.
brought Christianity there,
Yeah, and they did the
and
same thing to the blacks.
they did the same thing to the blacks. Yep.
So his way of being like, yeah, none of that mattered. I'm trying to build a better society with vampirism
Mm-hmm.
in that. But my thing is that in the overarching, like less what's it called, allegory sense, is
Uh-huh.
that Irish people were oppressed just similar to black people,
Uh-huh.
but at some point they just all became white. So in American history,
Well, I'm gonna have to offer a lot of pushback to that because even though yes they assimilated into society, a lot of them still retain that Irish pride and like that,
no, I don't
that
disagree with that.
that feeling of like, yeah, we were oppressed too, yeah, we were a minority, yeah, we overcame a lot. Not all of them went into like, okay, yeah, it doesn't matter, we're just white now.
No, I'm not
I'm off with
saying that
pushback.
for Irish people as a whole. I'm not saying that.
Mm.
I'm saying that when it, I don't know how to explain this the way I'm thinking of it. When it came down to it, and this is not a theory, but like just how back then, when the richer people, whites and everything, started to seeing that the lower economic people were all banding together,
Mhm.
kind of like they can overthrow us in a
Mhm.
sense, like the blacks and everyone that's oppressed in a sense.
Uh huh.
They had to find a way to divide them
Mhm.
to keep them from getting together.
Mhm.
So instead of saying, "Oh, you're Irish and you're black,"
Mhm.
you're either black or white.
Okay, I
And
can.
it's a. I'm not gonna get into it right now. I had to get all my facts and stuff.
Okay. All right, because this
Because I
itself,
no, I've
that
gone
itself
through.
can be a whole podcast of itself.
I've been going down that theory for a while.
But yeah, what I got from the whole vampirism thing, I feel like Remick as a whole was kind of like a hypocrite, because you remember how he was saying like, oh, what I'm doing is different from what they're doing to y'all. I'm just trying to create a better world, blah blah. But in a way, by turning people as vampires, you're like brainwashing them to follow your beliefs and what you want your vision of the world to be. You're not giving them any free will and stuff like that. So
But
you
isn't
kind
that all countries?
you're kind of like a hypocrite there.
But isn't that all societies?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that he
No,
himself
I get that.
is like a
I mean, the
hypocrite.
oppressor always becomes the oppressed.
Yeah. So, but he was funny as hell though. Let's be honest here. When like they first showed up to the door, like, oh hi.
No, right? He was fucking
Remick was
hilarious.
funny. When,
No.
they, when they asked him,
I really
"Oh, are you guys a clan?" He was like, "Sir,
Sir?
we are for equality." I was, I started dying.
No, that was great. I liked him as a character completely.
Yeah, he was hilarious.
The way he popped up though, I was like, where the fuck did he fall from?
I wish they had elaborated more on the Indians that were chasing him, and they would have expanded on the lore there. I feel like
Nah, bros came through. Was like, you got a vampire in there? They're like, no. I'm like, all right, we out. Rest of y'all, good luck. Yeah, we done for all this shit.
like I feel like they could have spent at least like maybe 15 minutes to elaborate on like where Remick came from, like as opposed
They
to just
did.
throwing him in.
They did.
They didn't.
No, they didn't in the movie, but I remember there's a piece I saw something overviewing the movie, all the things.
Yeah, but like that's
But
you
there
have
was-
to go dig deep later to like find
No, you
more.
gotta just keep. I only
So,
saw the movie once, so
me
I gotta
too.
rewatch it.
But like
There's a lot of
they
things I
just
missed.
threw him in like mid story. Oh, here there's vampires now. Like they could have done more with explaining like why the Indians were chasing him. Like they could have just thrown a lore piece in there to make it more like digestible to people. But
No,
I'm not saying it was bad, but it could have been more. That's all I'm saying.
I think there was there a flyer or a newspaper that said that there was like it's one of those movies where you gotta rewatch it a couple times to
I
catch
get
things.
that, but I wish it wasn't just like that. You know what I
No,
mean?
I love it when it's like that.
I mean, sure, it's good. I'm just saying for like, all right, let's say you're just watching the movie just to enjoy, right? Half of the movie was set up, right? The juke joint, they came back to town. We're figuring out characters, we're figuring out dynamics. Like we're learning about the story, like in the story and everything. We think it's going one way, and then the sudden switch to vampires was kind of abrupt. That's what I'm saying.
No, but
I understand what he was going for. I'm not. I get what you're trying to say. I understand what he was going for, what he was trying to do. It's not about the vampires. It just happens to be.
that's just a part.
It just happens to have that movie happens to have vampires. It's not about them. I say personally, I would have liked for them to explore the vampires, more.
Okay.
That's all. That's what I'm saying.
I personally would have liked stronger, better, not trashy vampires, but that's just me.
Yeah, yeah.
These weak ass vampires, bitch ass niggas can't walk in the door.
Well, when
which is great for the plot.
when you think of vampire lore, it's always like that though.
I know,
Or
but
any type of evil spirits and stuff. You have to invite them in.
yeah, but they're the evil spirit vampires.
Yeah.
they're not the physical blood.
Yeah, they're
sucking
not the
vampire.
true blood vampires. Like
Yeah.
those shows and stuff like that.
There's different versions of vampires
Yeah.
depending on what stories in your what verse you're watching.
Speaking of vampires, though, watching Sinners made me want to watch Nosferatu
What's
with
that?
Lily Rose Depp. It came out earlier
Yeah, you be
this year.
saying names and you have to-
She's Johnny Depp's daughter.
what movie has she been in?
Bro, she's been in like this. You've seen the movie that she's been
Again,
in.
you know me.
Oh my
When you
God.
say a name, like unless I know that name for a fact, You gotta show me their movie. You gotta show me something I've seen them in.
She was in The Idol of the Weekend. Remember that show?
I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch The Idol? Don't watch. Don't waste your time. It's one of the worst shows I've ever seen.
I want to watch it because I heard it's terrible.
It's The Weeknd is such a
I've
terrible
heard so
actor.
Many, I've seen so many clips and some random stuff about it, but I've never
Yo,
watched it.
It's
And I'm like, this looks like it's hilarious
no.
to sit down and watch
Yo,
it.
Chris, I wish we had seen it together, bro. The Weeknd is so cringe, like cringe as fuck.
I mean, every rapper thinks
Some
I mean,
of those
not rapper.
scenes, bro. Oh, I just talking about it now just brought back a lot of memories from that show, and I'm like, oh my god, you gotta watch it just to laugh at it. Don't take it seriously. But yeah, she was in The Idol. She was also in The King with Timothée Chalamet. The King with, like, you know, when he became king, he went to France. He freaking what's his name? Robin Pattinson was in that movie too. It's on Netflix.
That sounds like a familiar name. I didn't see this movie.
You've seen it.
I've
This
never
one.
seen these.
You haven't seen this movie?
Nope.
Bro, you don't. Do you watch movies?
Not really.
Dang. Okay, so he was in there.
Like I watch
She wasn't there,
movies
sir.
that I'm like, all right.
But Nosferatu is like a story about vampires, and apparently it has Dracula in there. And it came out in 2024 last year, and it was really good. And I've always wanted to watch it, but I haven't gotten around to it.
I heard
so-
the same thing about Lovecraft Country.
Is it a vampire story too?
It's similar, yeah. It's like about a similar theory and similar time set and
Mhm.
similar aesthetic. I saw it on TikTok when I was scrolling.
Yeah.
'Cause my timeline is flooded with sinner shit since I've seen the movie.
Same.
mean-
Let's talk about Haley Seinfeld's performance.
Who's that?
The white lady in the movie.
Oh. What did she say? You didn't say. Well, I thought that until you stuck your. What did she say?
When she first met him, when he was trying to ignore her. You know she's like 1/8 black.
In the movie,
Yeah, that's why they picked. No, in real life too.
Oh, in
That's
real
why
life?
they picked her. That's why
I
Ryan
mean-
Coogler picked her for the movie.
for the plot.
So-
So it's
That
all
goes to
canon.
show that the casting was really elaborate because he was like, "I'm gonna write this girl as a 1/8 black girl. I need a 1/8 black
Black
girl
girl.
to film to play her part." He was.
You remember when Remy was like, why is she in here? She's family.
No, Cornbread was also great. The actor that played Cornbread, I forgot his name.
Shout out to Corn.
Oh
Nah,
my
we gotta talk
God.
about my guy Cornbread, bro. Bro didn't get that freak on with his wife, bro. Bro pulled up and said, "Yo, I'm gonna make you some money, and then maybe your wife will get freaky with you." And she was like, "How much we talking?" And bro was like, "Word, bet." And bro never got back. Bro never came back. He died. He said, "Let me
Bro.
in." You know what we ought to be doing? Being kind. folks.
Being kind to each other, bro. That scene was so funny when like he was trying so hard
He
to
was
come
trying
back.
so hard to get back
Oh my
inside.
god!
No, why you ain't just walk in here?
Like, say it. Why you not walking in here? You gotta invite me. Like, I'm trying to be respectful, Like, bro. It was so obvious something was off with him,
Listen, you failed the test. I walked in here, you're like, yeah, just come in.
bro. Okay, yeah, all right. All right, you're a vampire. You died. It's sunlight. It was still sunlight outside.
Who said I was a fucking normal vampire?
Okay, all right. But Delroy Lindo, the unk, the drunk piano player in the movie.
The the guy who did the harm.
Yeah.
him. Okay,
He was also great.
he was great. I remember
brought-
he said something in an interview where he was like, there was a scene that got cut out, that was gonna get cut out.
Which one?
I forgot what scene it was. It was I gotta see the movie again. I only saw it once, and
Which
catch
scene?
everything that I really want to. I think it's the scene where they first meet him and he's telling that story,
Uh-huh.
or is it the scene in the car?
In the car, it was supposed to get cut out.
Yeah, it was. I gotta remember the scene, but it was like a really good scene.
So it's the scene in the car then,
I think
when he
so.
was telling the story about how one of his friends got
Yes,
lynched.
that
Yeah.
scene. He said that scene was supposed to get cut out and it was improvised.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang! If that was improvised,
was
that was
improvised.
great. Dang! Because
And-
so he made up that story right then and there.
He improvised. that
Bro
whole
is
thing.
an artist.
And I was like, yo.
Cause like the other actors had to go along with it too. Cause like
Yeah.
that shows the chemistry of the cast.
Nah, this movie was great
Oh
all
man.
around.
Oh man. I really loved it. The ending too. I love the ending where Preacher Boy got to live out his dreams and become like, a famous artist or whatever.
There's a theory about that.
Once all right, once they didn't show Michael B. Jordan killing his brother, I knew he wasn't dead.
I knew he wasn't dead.
I knew it.
No, I knew when I first saw that scene. I was like, he didn't kill him.
Yeah,
I didn't believe it.
because we saw.
No, not even that. Just because through the whole movie, I was like, he's not gonna kill him.
Yeah,
He has to let him go.
we saw Haley when she was. We saw her get off screen. She was gone.
Yeah, she ran off. And I was like,
it's okay.
So she's
and then
surviving.
he doesn't kill him, and then like he's about to kill him, and then like he cuts to like another scene, and we never see him again.
yeah.
I'm like, he escaped.
I was like,
sure.
I didn't see a body. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
Especially, and another thing, especially if I don't see a body, you're not dead.
But did you catch the fact that as soon as he took off, as soon as Smoke took off the amulet, the protection amulet, that's when he got shot.
Yes,
Because
I was so mad when he took it off.
It shows that like
That
it really worked.
No, I hate it when he took it off.
Yeah, because
I really thought
once he
Smoke
took
was
when
gonna
he, when he
survive.
took it off and he threw it, I'm like, this nigga is ready to die. He knows he's not making it out
I
here.
thought Smoke was gonna survive.
He was supposed to, I think, but he wanted to join his family
yeah.
and stuff like that.
As soon as he started seeing her,
No.
I was like, nah, he needs to go see his family.
My favorite part was when he was dying and then the white racist guy was dying on the floor. He was like, I got money.
I got money.
It was daydreaming about my family. Imagine having a good ass dream. But some nigga is like, yo, I got money. Like, die, nigga. He started shooting him up.
But you know
It
what's
was
another
cool.
funny thing? Like, Smoke was shooting them all, right? If he didn't win and they went in there, Stack was right there as a full vampire to kill them all.
What do you mean? No, he wasn't.
He was in there.
Stack was not in there.
That's why it was boarded up.
No, Stack ran off with Haley. They had been gone.
No, remember, it happened the next day.
Yeah.
Where was Stack gonna go in the sunlight?
It showed the scene of Stack. So all right, did you stay till the end credit scene?
Yeah, when he walked.
So when he was talking to Preacher Boy as an older man, they did a flashback of Stack and Haley running off into the night together. You didn't see that scene. You don't remember it.
Did I not see that scene?
You did not remember, but they did show them together running away to explain why they were still alive.
I'm gonna need to see the scene again.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go watch the movie again. But
Because
they
where
ran.
where would they have gone?
It was still nighttime when they ran off.
But they all. All right, I gotta see it again.
It was still nighttime when they ran off, so they got to safety. They got somewhere dark before the the sunrise came.
I'm just trying to think of the timeline because.
What do you mean timeline?
Because before Stack and Smoke were fighting,
Mm-hmm.
Preacher Boy was caught by the guy, and then Smoke comes and kills him at the last
Yeah,
minute.
that's
And then the sun rises.
that's way after.
But how much time did the Stack have to run to safety?
they showed it?
The sun came up right as he came out.
Yeah, they showed it. You can't really like, go off movie timing because those scenes.
No, those scenes are all happening congruently.
Chris, I'm telling you, I saw the movie. They showed when you see the movie again, you will see. When he was talking to Preacher Boy as the older man, they showed the flashback of how he survived. It was very quick.
Okay.
Him and Haley ran off together to the night before the sunrise came up.
I think I do remember that.
Yeah,
Like,
so that's how. So Stack was not in the juke joint at that time. So it was already boarded up because everybody died and shit like that. But
okay.
yeah,
But that would have been cool if it was.
that would have been cool. But that whole showdown at the end, I really love that
That was a great.
because
scene.
I'm like, so we get vampires and we get to kill some racist guys. I'll take it. So that was really cool. And yeah, the ending, the scene at the bar, I liked it too. The 80s.
Did you notice that? I saw this later in TikTok that Preacher Boy didn't have a reflection.
What do you mean you didn't have a reflection?
When you were looking at them when they were talking, there was like a kind of a mirror there. You couldn't see Stack's reflection, and you couldn't see Preacher Boy's reflection.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not notice that.
So they're saying that the post credit scene, the final credit scene where he was playing the thing and he looked up,
Uh-huh.
that song, they're saying that he's looked up as the devil making a deal to get all that fame and stuff. That was the
When?
post credit. Did you see the post credit?
No, there was another scene
Yeah.
after. So after they drove the car,
No, after he met them in the future, there was
Uh-huh.
another scene after all the credits.
I did not see that scene.
You didn't see it?
There was another
There was
one?
another one.
What? So there was 2 scenes.
Yeah.
What? I did not see that.
What song did he play? This Little Light of Mine.
I did not see that. The only scene I remember seeing was when they were at the bar
Yeah,
and they
that
were
scene.
talking.
And then there was another scene after that.
I don't remember that.
He looks up at the he looks up. He plays This Little Light of Mine, and then he looks up at the end, and everyone. The theory is that he made a deal with the devil because we don't see his reflection in the thing.
I'm gonna have to go back. My memory
No,
is kinda
listen,
like,
we've both only seen this movie once.
we gotta
There's
watch
a
it
lot
again.
more to catch
yeah.
up on. But my theory was, I really thought that I don't think he became a vampire, but I think he had something happen to him. Like he's a pseudo vampire or something. Because remember in the first scene, he's like smoking.
In the first scene,
Like when he's with like his dad's like, put the guitar down, and like you see steam coming off of him.
I didn't see steam. I thought he was just hot.
It just felt like there was steam coming off of him in the first scene. Because I came to when I saw the thing, I walked into that scene.
Oh, you came in late.
We came in slightly late, but it was just that first scene that we saw.
Uh-huh.
And I was like,
So you didn't see him drive up?
no.
Okay, then yeah, he drove up. He was into the sun.
No, I know that.
Sunlight.
I know that later from where you see it later.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, there had to be something there. Like I still think that's Preacher Boy. Something with that, not vampirism, but he had something going on because he did have a power, his music power.
I don't know. Maybe I feel like that's over. But you might be right. I gotta see it again, but
Because
I feel like that's
why else was the vampire coming for him? He wanted his power.
because they did in the intro before, like like they explained that like some people have like the
The
power
ability.
of music,
Yeah,
and they can attract good things and they can attract bad things. Sometimes they attract bad things because of their gifts.
the devil, which is synonymous with music.
So no,
Lucifer.
it was said that people with that gift, right, they can attract good things, and sometimes they attract bad things, and that's when they attracted the vampires that night to that space because they felt the good energy of like Preacher Boy's soul music.
Yeah.
They felt that, and that's why attracted them to the
Well, I
the
think
juju one. So when that happened, I connected that to what they told us previously, and I feel like okay, that makes sense.
what was that other thing she was talking about? I need to see this movie again. But what did she say before they figured out it was vampires? What was that other thing she was?
She had said some other spirits thing.
A
I
spirit
forgot the
thing.
name, but she wasn't sure what they were until she confirmed that they were vampires.
I know, but what was that?
I don't know. Again, one time is not enough to.
Yeah, no, this is not a movie you see one time. You gotta rewatch it a couple of times,
Yeah.
which I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna have a
When it comes out on, I hope it comes out on Netflix.
hopefully it comes out somewhere where I can rewatch it constantly so I can get every detail.
Yeah, but that movie was great. You see, we spent like almost 30 minutes discussing that.
Go
movie.
watch Sinners. This is not an ad. Shout out. Go watch Sinners.
But I even started watching some interviews of Ryan Coogler because of that movie, like to see his thought process behind the creation of the movie, and how he even got there. Who are his inspirations, and like who like who like made him like want to write this movie and direct it and make it into what it is now. And it's very insightful. You should check those out too. He's a very smart guy. I didn't know he was an athlete in college.
Huh?
He used to play football.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was about to go pro and stuff, and then he got injured. And then he went to film school. That shows how multifaceted people are, and he's so talented. I would have never guessed that he had that in his locker.
Listen, he had better plans.
Yeah, I mean,
Going pro, cool. Making banger movies.
like,
What would you
bro,
rather do?
honestly, both sound cool.
No, but what would you rather do if you had to choose?
Making movies.
Go pro in football or make banger movies with like
I'll
top
do
tier
both.
movies?
I'll do both.
No, you have to pick one. Damn it!
Why? Why pick why?
Oh my god, for the
Because most
scenario.
football athletes retire at 34. You're still young as fuck at 34.
Okay, cool. I'm not talking about a world where you can pick both because we live in that world. I'm talking about a world where you can only pick one.
Alright,
Now pick
fair.
one.
Fun part is to make banger movies, so I guess I'll make banger movies. But yeah, I guess I'll make movies.
Yeah,
What
I make
about you?
movies too. I make movies too. I mean, I'm thinking about football. I'm like, just gotta knock some niggas out for a bit
I don't
Catch
like
my check
football.
and
Let me
walk
not
out.
even get into that. I don't like American football. It's too like I don't know.
I mean, I played it, so
It's
I
like,
know that
When
it's
you
annoying.
get down to it, it's very like it's very smart. Like the plays, like it's a deep sport. Like it really like it's
I feel
very
like all sports are
complicated.
deep.
Not all sports are deep, bro.
All main sports. Let's talk about that.
Wait,
Mainstream.
let's
sports.
say all sports at a high level are deep.
Yeah, because
Wow.
anything can be a sport.
Whoa. What do you mean?
Gaming's a sport.
The whole gaming being a sport thing, uh, gaming is a skill. I wouldn't call it a sport.
Sports is a skill.
We can have a whole separate podcast about that topic, but
It's a skill you develop and train over time.
yeah. But what do you respect more, physical sports or
Mental sports,
mental sports?
I think they're about relative to each other.
You really think so?
Do you think
I
that
would always think that physical sports like are way more respectable than mental sports because of the toll it takes on your body. Like,
you think the brain is not a muscle?
of course it is, but like I'm
You
just
think the
saying.
brain is not a muscle that can be used extremely?
I say respect more. I didn't say I'm not
I
discrediting.
respect them both.
Nah, I respect physical sports better.
Okay.
Try kicking your ball from like
Try being
The-
the number one chess player.
that's you can get pretty
No,
like
no.
pretty
do
advanced.
It. No, do it.
I won't be able to, bro.
Do it.
Them niggas are smart as fuck.
Do it.
But
Do
you
it.
can if you train yourself, you can get pretty high in chess.
Yeah, pretty high, but can you,
You
be
can
the
get
best?
more than like the
But can
average
you just
person.
be the best?
There's a
Can
lot
you
of
just be the best in sports?
There's a lot of factors that have to go into being the best into anything.
Yeah. So,
So just that chess example is kind of like
what I'm
I don't-
you're proving my point. To be the best at anything, sports and mental things,
you have to have a certain.
you have to do that.
Honestly,
So
some people are
they
just
both say-
talented as fuck. I'm sorry.
They-
Some
but-
people are just talented as
No,
fuck. Some
no.
people are just smarter than some
yeah, but
others.
you could say the same thing about sports. You just gotta train and practice, and you'd be good.
No. I can train as much as Messi train. I would never be able to do the things he does.
Yeah, but you can train as much as the best chess player, and you can never be as good as him.
That's debatable
I don't think it is.
because chess is like mainly strategical.
And you think
like,
you beat the
there's,
number
like-
one strategic
He's
person?
been beaten before.
Hmm?
He's been beaten before.
Yeah, by someone who wanted it just as much. Has Messi been beaten before?
Yes,
All right, then.
but so
What are we talking about?
being the best doesn't mean you can't be unbeaten. I'm pretty sure if I train myself like hard enough, right, I can take a few games out of the best players. Best.
So do you think if you train
best
hard enough,
player
you
in
could
the
beat
world.
Messi?
Yeah, he's been beaten before.
So
Soccer is a
you-
team sport.
No.
You what 1-on-1 with Messi? Like, what are you talking about? You can't. It's soccer. Like, you gotta be more specific. Like, you don't play 1-on-1 in soccer. It's a team sport. I'm saying he's the best at his position.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And there's certain stuff he does. Some people can't do that. The way he reads the game, the way he sees things before they happen, the way he moves. Like,
I think people can do that.
not everybody, bro. Go talk to anybody in the soccer world. They'll tell you. Nobody can do the things he does. No one. There's a reason why he's been so much better than everyone until now.
So you're saying that any random person could just wake up, learn chess, and beat the number one player?
I don't say they can just wake up, learn chess, and beat the number one.
But that's
if
what
they
you're
put
saying.
enough practice in, if they learn all the strategies, if they compete, they get higher there, they can challenge him and potentially beat him.
But the same can be said about this.
Chess is a one-on-one sport.
I know, no, but
Soccer is 11 versus 11.
I know, but I'm saying let's just say 11 people just grow up and like, yo, let's just all train together and beat Messi's team.
Beat Messi. Messi's team has been beaten before. Messi lost games before. So what are you talking about? It's a
No,
team
I'm
sport.
talking about random people off the streets. 11 random people off the streets.
Uh-huh.
11
How
random
old are
people.
they?
Are we factoring?
They're
these
not gonna
things?
beat them. Yes, you gotta. It's bro. What? You're
You're
gonna take
missing
it.
my point.
I'm not. I'm not missing. Your point
It's not
doesn't make
something you
sense.
can just wake up and do.
What are you talking about?
You're saying that anyone can just wake up and just beat that person.
That's not what I said.
Then what did you say?
I said if they train long enough and hard enough, they compete and they get to a certain level. Yes, they can.
But
You saying that? Oh, they can't just wake up, learn it, and be like, oh, go. Yeah, I'm gonna beat him right now. No, that's not
that's
how it
exactly
works.
what you said.
That's not
You
what I
just added
said.
training into it.
I said that from the beginning. What are you talking
But
about?
that's what you said. Anyone could just wake up and train and do it.
That's not what I said.
So what did you say?
You want me to repeat myself
Yes.
again? Anybody can just
Anybody can
learn the spot,
Learn
get
the
to a
sport,
certain level,
get to a certain
compete,
level, compete,
and then potentially challenge him
and
to beat
potentially
him.
try them to beat them. So
Yes.
anybody can just wake up, train,
All right, now you
get
put
to
it
a
words.
certain
You
level,
putting words in my mouth. That's not what I say.
compete and beat them. But that's exactly
Why
what
you
just
added
said.
wake up to that shit? That's not what I said.
But that's exactly what you just said.
I didn't say that.
And you just said there's things no one can do.
First of all, you can't compare chess and fucking soccer. You can't do that.
You can
It's-
you can compare anything
You,
that's competing
you
to
can't.
competing.
You can't. 1v1 versus 11 versus 11. No.
Skill-based matches.
What?
It's all skill.
What are you talking about?
It's skill versus skill. There's a skill you learn in chess and there's a skill you learn in soccer. It's skill
Bro.
versus skill.
Soccer involves multiple skills.
Huh?
I just told
there's-
you.
There's still skills.
You know, there's different positions on the field as in soccer, right?
Yeah.
11 players. It's not just 11 guys going out there and kick a ball. That's not how it works.
I didn't say it was how it worked.
That's how you're making it sound like.
No, I said, and first of all, in my
A
example, I
midfielder-
said
listen,
11
listen.
people,
A midfielder has different skills than a fucking striker.
and I told you
That's like two different things.
you're still missing what I said.
I'm not.
I said 11 people all train in their specific field, in the field, and go against Messi's team.
Okay.
They just all woke up today and decided to just train.
You
to
said,
be the
"Oh,
best.
woke up today." That's not gonna happen in one day. First of all, past a certain age, if you want to get to nitty gritty, you pick
But
up.
you said the same
listen,
thing
listen
about
to
chess.
me. You pick up like
You see, you're coming.
you
in with,
pick up
but you're coming in-
11, 25-year-olds right now
Mm.
and put them against 35-year-old Messi that's been playing soccer since he was 5 years old, as well as his teammates that are all pros. They've been playing soccer since they were 5 years old. They're not gonna beat them niggas. That's just not gonna happen.
The 25 people, 25-year-olds.
Yeah.
they're gonna lose.
They're
right?
not gonna beat them.
All right,
No,
so
they're not.
You take a same age and go play the best chess player. They just woke up today and was decided to go play the best chess player.
Do you know that the chess, like,
I know it's.
you know that some chess grandmasters are like 13 years old, right?
I don't. Age doesn't matter in chess.
No. Do you know that? You know
Yeah,
that, right?
I know, but so,
And you know that there's grandmasters that are also 50 something, right? Wait, do you know that, right? Do you
Eight-
know that those 13-year-olds have beaten the 50-year-olds, right?
yeah, and the same vice
So
versa.
what are you talking about?
And the same vice versa.
What do you mean saying vice versa?
I'm sure many people have beaten many people. I'm talking about the best undefeated. Let's talk about undefeated.
Now you're moving the goalposts. I'm done with this conversation.
All right, well, let's not.
No,
Let's not say undefeated since you
bro,
want to change.
because you want to move the goalposts.
I'm talking about the current
There's
best.
there's nobody in chess right now that's the top chess player that hasn't lost one game. That's not
I
possible.
never said that they didn't.
Chess is a game of probability. You picked the wrong sport, bro. Because in chess, even if you're the best, you're gonna lose some games. There's a reason why they play multiple games. They don't just go one game.
We're not talking about.
So what are you talking
that.
about?
We're not talking about.
I'm
losing.
saying that you have a chance of beating the best, even once.
So you're saying everyone has a chance of beating the best?
Yes,
At
if
anything.
they apply themselves and learn the sport.
At anything.
Not at anything, obviously. Not at anything.
But that was the way you made it seem like. You
Did
said
I explicitly say that, Chris?
you said anyone can go learn and practice and
I
compete.
was talking about chess and soccer.
But you said anybody can do that.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Respectable.
Yeah,
I respect both of them. You're the one who doesn't
The
respect
question
one more
was
than the
what
other.
respect mental sport or freaking mental sport or physical sport. I say I
said I
respect
res-
physical sports.
I said I respect both of them equally.
I said I respect physical sports more because of the toll it puts on your body. And then you went off. You don't think your brain is a muscle? Of course it is a muscle, but
But you don't respect it.
it's not that I don't respect it. I respect the physical sports more.
You just respect it.
when I play a 90-minute soccer game, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're physically fucking exhausted. You can't do shit. You're like drained as fuck, breathing heavy, sweating hard. Like you fucking drained as fuck. You play a fucking 2-hour chess game. You sitting there, you thinking you get tired, but you're not as tired as running a fucking a marathon basically for 90 minutes.
So you've never been mentally exhausted?
Bro, mentally exhausted and physical exhausted is two different things.
Yeah, they're two different things, but they're both exhaustion.
True, but I respect the physical one better. That's
Just
all.
because-
That's my opinion.
No, your opinion is fine. I'm just fighting with you.
I know, but like, there's arguments for both sides. But I feel physical exhaustion.
Loss a mentally exhausting
course,
day, and you're
yes.
like, I can't think about
Yes.
shit.
You don't want to
Talk
do
me.
shit. You don't want to do shit. True,
I don't want to think about shit.
true. But you've also went to the gym and fucking gassed out and not being able to move.
Cool, but I can still think.
Yeah,
I can still watch it and still appreciate it.
true. And I'm just saying that I respect physical exhaustion more than mental exhaustion.
No, again, I said it's your opinion. I
But
don't-
your argument against the chess thing,
I'm just saying.
I
respect
feel
them
like
both.
nah, because you were saying that like somebody can't just learn chess, practice a long time, and beat the best.
Beat someone who's
But
super
you're like,
experienced.
yeah, you can still be beaten.
Yeah, by someone who's experienced enough to beat you. So you're telling me right now, right, that experience means nothing.
That's not what you see. You love putting words in people's mouth. I never said that.
But that's what it should.
I
making it
never
sound
said
like,
that.
'cause
I
you
said that you can beat experience. You can. That's just a fact.
What about experience and talented people?
Okay, that's another debate.
Wait, that's Messi's whole debate that you just said.
That's not Messi's whole debate. First
You
of all.
literally said there's things Messi can't do that Messi can do that other people can't do.
That's just a fact. True.
Okay, so there's things that talented chess players can do that other people can't do. How can you not accept that?
Well, when you say talent, still, my whole problem with that is because like chess
Have you played
is a
chess?
very logical game, right? There's certain amount of strategies that like
It's
go
not
into
just
chess.
about
Like,
the logistics.
bro,
You gotta also look at your opponent.
you gotta put it in there too because
Yeah, but
like
your opponent's also a
some people
factor.
know like hella combinations. Some people like know what combination counters the other. It's like chess is like a whole other debate. Like really, really like you can have a whole discussion about that as a whole. I'm saying that I have a chance of beating the best at least once if I practice long enough and compete in them. I'm in those
You
circles.
truly believe,
Yeah, I really believe that
People
because it's
have-
been done.
huh?
Because it's been done. That's why I believe that it's been done.
Who beat Messi?
We're gonna go back to that again. Messi's been beaten in games before.
Yeah, his team's been beaten.
Yeah. There's no one-on-one in soccer.
I know, but what if there was? Do you think you could beat Do you think people could beat Messi one-on-one in soccer?
Of course.
Random people off the streets?
All right. Let me set you a one-on-one in soccer. How is it gonna be? One-on-one.
I don't know.
Exactly. You can't even talk. It doesn't make sense. Have you
get
ever
it, it's a
played one-on-one
it's a
soccer?
All right, cool. It's a team sport. You guys have more people on it. Sure.
Okay.
What's a good mental team sport?
Mental team sport.
Okay. A scholastic.
What?
A scholastic event or some shit.
It's a mental team sport. Fucking
A scholastic
Those-
event.
those Rubik's cube
Rubik's Cube thing?
competition
That's,
or like
that's a one-on-one thing too.
or those fucking
That's not
those
even
math competitions. But
Mm.
also those rely on individual skills because if your
Mm.
teammate can't do math,
Oh, okay.
Like-
Now we gotta say about how this team is changing.
what are you talking about?
What if Messi's teammate was just lacking that day? That's why he lost.
It happened.
Okay, then. So that doesn't really fall on Messi. It falls on the team. I'm talking about. See, the thing I was trying to bring up is that individuals. I'm trying to bring in individuals. I know soccer's not an individual sport, but Messi, you say, is super talented, undefeated, can't be touched. Nobody can do what he does. He's the GOAT.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to bring the equivalent on the chess side.
Okay.
So
I feel
I'm
like
saying-
we're taking two very different sports and trying to argue
No,
about
no,
that.
but we can still do it because here's how the thing. Let's just say Messi. Let's just say this team, right? The rest of Messi's team is just on point, equal
Okay.
to him in this scenario.
Okay. Wait. The rest of his team is equal to him.
In this scenario, so it's
Okay.
just 100 Messi's,
Like 11
11
Messis on the field.
against.
Again,
Um,
that wouldn't make sense.
Listen,
Because if there's 11,
equivalent.
no.
You see, you're
'Cause-
bringing
no,
these
no, no,
things
'cause,
into
like,
hypothetical.
It doesn't make sense because you can a team with 11 Messis is
No,
not gonna win
I'm not
shit.
talking about his specific team, his specific position. Everyone that's in their position are on his level in his specific position.
Oh, everyone that's on
Yes,
that team
it's
are
Messi's
on
level.
Messi level in their position.
Yes.
Okay, that's cracked. That's a cracked team.
Okay, now that we have the scenario,
Uh huh.
you're saying 11 random people can trade and beat them.
Can train and beat 11 Messi level in their
Yes.
specific position. 11 random people.
Yes.
How old are they?
25.
20. Like they just started to play
Yes.
soccer. That's not gonna happen.
All right, they're 20 and they just started to play soccer.
They're 20.
And they're
That's
going
not
to
gonna
face
happen.
them at 25.
They have to start playing soccer at least from
Oh,
8.
okay, so it's not going to happen.
At
right?
least from 8. It's not gonna happen.
Okay, so
If they're Messi, I can't see that happening.
okay, so same guy, same year plays chess and fights the guy who's been playing for 20 years.
In 1 year, he got 1 year.
Yeah.
1 year experience.
Against the guy who's playing for 20 years.
Okay, he got 1 year
And
experience.
he's talented.
What does he rank?
Huh?
What does he rank in the world?
Who?
Has he proven himself before he challenged the main guy?
We're not talking about that.
No, we have to.
We didn't talk about that with the last people.
What you mean? Because there's no hierarchy. There's no ranking system. You don't just pick up a chess book. Oh, I think I'm good enough to challenge this person. No, you have to climb up the rank to be good enough to even challenge him.
No, we're skipping.
That's
all
how
that.
chess works.
No, we're skipping all that.
Then we
We're
can't have
skipping
this
all that
conversation.
for the same reason we're skipping all that shit for Messi's team.
What you mean we didn't skip all that shit from Messi?
We-
Because there's no hierarchy there.
Gene, we're equalizing this, okay? We're not doing the hierarchy stuff. We're saying this is Messi's team right here. Goated. This is 11 random 25-year-olds
Yeah.
going to challenge. This is the number 1 chess player. Goated.
Mm-hmm.
Random nigga off the street that's decided to play.
For
Going
1
against
year.
him.
You give him
1
you
year.
gave him 1
I
year.
gave him 1 year. I gave you niggas 5 years.
Uh-huh. I think he can. 1 year, and all he did was study chess for a year. All he did. That's all he fucking dedicated his fucking time to.
Yes.
He
Against
can.
the guy who's
He can beat him once.
No, against the guy who's dedicated his
Yes, he
to
can
chess.
beat him once. He can definitely beat him once. It's been done.
No, we're not talking about once, all right?
Okay, now you
we're
fucking
we're
moving the
doing
goalposts. Because what do you mean? What do you mean we're not talking about once? It's been done before. It's been
What
done.
do they do in the playoffs?
7-game series.
All right, we're doing a 7-game series. For
He
both
can beat
times.
him once.
And that's it?
That was my whole argument the whole time. That was my whole argument the whole time.
But that doesn't really. You're doing this, okay, one time, that's it. Cool.
Why?
we're doing out of a certain amount to prove that they can actually be on
No,
that
you
level.
just want me to agree with you that, oh no, at the end of the day, the guy with more experience will win. That's it. Case closed. I'm telling you, he can beat him once. He will lose once, at least
Yeah, but
once.
we both agree anyone can be beaten, no matter how big or great they are. We both
Okay.
agree on that.
All right.
We're not talking about that.
That's what we've been talking about this whole time.
I thought that's what we're. That's not. that's
No,
not what
you
we're talking
want me to agree with you with that. That
No.
oh, he's got the guy with more experience will like freaking win
No, I'm talking about.
overall.
I'm talking about. Can they completely dethrone the king?
Now you change your question about like 7 times since we had this debate. Of course not, but he can be beaten.
Then why are we talking about this? Everyone could be. beaten.
You've been trying to get me to get there.
Now,
Depending on how.
damn it! I was about to cook it. Now,
Yo, we just got the greatest assist ever made in the history of CJ Unmuted podcast.
I was
This is
just.
a great question, though.
But can 100 people beat a gorilla? Like all this nonsense out there. Can 100 people
I
really
wish
beat a
you
gorilla?
guys could see the assist that we just got thrown to us right now. That's a great debate. That's a great debate. Can 100 people beat a gorilla?
I think so.
You know, I was having this conversation last night, right? And
Can a vampire beat
I
a
was
gorilla?
I was playing devil's advocate for the humans.
Mm-hmm.
So I was saying, as a devil advocate player, right? I was saying, with prep time and strategy, the 100 humans can take the one silverback gorilla. That's what I was saying. But there's gonna have to be some casualties. Some niggas gonna have to understand that, oh, yo, we're gonna die for the whole plan to work. That's what I was saying. But if there's no coordination, and there's no like plan, that gorilla is mauling down everybody, bro. For real.
Are
For real.
gorillas naturally?
And my question is, what type of humans are we sending in? Because there's a bodybuilder out there. I forgot his name. That nigga is 6'6", 300 pounds. He's a unit, and it's all muscle. Are we sending 100 of them niggas, or are we sending just regular niggas
See, this
to
is
that
yo,
to
this
fight
is-
that
and
gorilla?
this is where I hate when people put out these stupid things without giving a full fucking caveat.
You gotta give me more. Like, what are the parameters
Because
here?
like
What kind of
100
gorilla? Like,
random people, no, they're all dead. 100 Mike Tyson level niggas, they're winning.
100 Mike Tyson level niggas.
Prime
No,
Mike Tyson level niggas
Mike
are
Tyson
winning.
was short.
Alright.
So is the gorilla. But
Nigga,
like,
I'm talking about strength and power, nigga.
if I really,
What is the
I-
average
like,
weight of every person in this fight?
A gorilla is 27 times stronger than a regular human, though. 27 times is a big gap. Them
27.
niggas-
Wait, hold on. 27.
27 times, yes.
What's that divided by 100?
No, you can't really do that because it's individual. That nigga himself is 27 times stronger than you or me.
I know, but
One hit from
Divided by
one-
100.
All right. Let's say that gorilla start. You know that combo when they start when the niggas start hitting that just swing everything. That's at least gonna take out like 10 niggas.
wait.
Or
First of
15.
all, where are we starting with this fight? Where's the environment? You guys, everyone keeps leaving out all these shit, so I'm gonna make my own. Cause fuck all that.
No.
I'm gonna make all the
gotta keep it. We
scenarios.
gotta keep it theoretical since the guy that first had the tweet didn't have any parameters.
No, we're building parameters because he
All
gave
right.
us no parameters.
Open field, 100 niggas,
100 niggas. What kind of niggas?
regular niggas.
They're dead.
They fucking.
What?
You got some
Like
fit
you and
niggas
me?
in there. You got some fat niggas in there. You got some built niggas in there. You got a mix of niggas.
a mix?
Yes, a mix.
What's the average weight of everybody?
We can't really get that deep though, because if we get that deep, then
Then
they
we
changes
win.
everything.
No, then we win.
I
Niggas is scared to lose.
I honestly feel like casualties.
Who cares about
With prep
nigga? There's gonna be casualties regardless of whatever
there's gonna
fucking
be.
you do.
But if there's prep time in this strategy, there can be less casualties.
Obviously, if there's prep time,
Niggas gonna have to volunteer to just be the ones to die,
first of all,
grabbing that nigga
First of all,
arm or
our-
grabbing that nigga's leg
wait,
or
hold on,
something.
hold on. Are gorillas naturally aggressive?
No, they're actually very passive
Okay, so
unless provoked.
the battle begins with the gorilla chilling over there and 100 niggas chilling over
Just
here.
attack, just rushing him. You see how Madara rushed the army?
No,
Same situation.
No. See, yeah, that's great and all, but like, here's the thing, right? If it's just 100 niggas chilling and the gorilla's just over there chilling,
Uh-huh.
there's so many things they could all plan to finish that gorilla off.
Yeah. We can start with the gorilla being agitated.
If it starts off agitated, then and they have no time to prep, they're gonna get cooked, unless they're fast enough to think of a plan on the spot. And since it's random people,
What if they all surround him? The gorilla is not gonna be smart
the
enough.
gorilla could just do.
No, he's
that.
gonna hit one of those combos.
No, he's gonna hit that Super Mario Galaxy. All the niggas is dead.
Yo, the memes I've seen about the topic.
So
online
I saw somebody do. Someone was like, "Fuck it, let's ask ChatGPT," and ChatGPT said the humans are gonna win.
What? He said that?
Yeah.
I asked ChatGPT last night. He picked the gorilla.
Someone said one of the ChatGPT said the humans will win because the gorillas will eventually get tired.
We humans will get tired too.
No, the numbers.
But like, all right. Realistically, right? Let's say we were in that scenario, right?
We're dead, niggas.
Well, I know we're dead, but like, if it's just face, how the fuck are we hurting that nigga, bro?
Parkwood's eyes out.
Poke his eyes out? You want me to risk getting my arm bit off? You know the pressure.
What do you mean, risk, nigga?
Bro!
We are all dying to kill this gorilla. Nigga, get with the program.
Have you seen?
Nigga, our lives are expendable in this scenario. There's no risk my head. No, nigga, we're all gonna
Nigga.
die a painful death.
nigga? I'm gonna let one
See,
of
this
y'all niggas fucking go
No,
poke
see,
that
this is where
eye.
we all lost. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Because if you
Second-
think I'm
the
getting
second
my
the first 5 niggas get killed, everybody's done. Everybody's running.
the second that nigga hits the Hulk combo and just start grabbing a nigga and smashing that nigga from left to right, nobody's gonna want to attack that nigga, bro.
Yo, now this is where I'm saying, if we have bloodlusted no inhibition humans with full motivation to kill this gorilla, we can win.
Bloodlusted humans,
Yes.
bro.
Then the gorilla's done for because the morale of the whole squad. First of all, we need Erwin on the team. We need Erwin from Attack on Titans to rush that gorilla.
The fact that ever since I saw that tweet,
Mhm.
my mind has been running simulation in my head for fucking days now. Is insane, bro.
Yo, who started this tweet?
Whoever did is goaded. But
Who started this distraction?
honestly, again, I stand on that. Humans with prep can get it done. No prep, they getting fucked.
I think bloodlusted humans can get it done
Now you're putting parameters.
with no thoughts of their own mortality or life.
Bro.
Put a bunch of niggas on bath salts and see how
No,
or cocaine.
niggas on cocaine would definitely get them job done. They feel no fucking pain,
No pain,
bro.
they just keep going.
Oh my
No, meth.
God.
Meth was the thing that they used in the war, right?
100 niggas on drugs would definitely get it done. Definitely. 100 crackheads?
100 crackheads.
Yo.
100 crackheads.
100 crackheads?
That girl
They're
ain't
gonna
got nothing.
bite that nigga. They're gonna bite the face off that nigga, bro. Crackheads don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck.
Niggas gonna lose a limb and still be trying to kill that shit.
You know, I saw online that a university ran a simulation of that whole thing.
I saw that.
And the humans got ragdolled, bro.
But like, how many like it's going there? Like, some niggas are gonna jump on its back. Some like if they all dogpile it, how much weight? Because
That nigga can lift up.
up to what?
He's, I think, 4,000 pounds.
4,000 pounds?
Yeah.
What's the average weight of the person in there?
It's 130, like 160.
No, we're talking about muscle. We gotta put in muscle niggas in there. Because we're not doing regular. See, when people say just regular humans, obviously the gorilla is gonna win. No regular person is gonna be able to fucking hurt that gorilla. If we put a bunch of
A gorilla, particularly a fully grown silverback gorilla, can lift up to 4,000 pounds.
okay, so let's say the
That's massive.
they're
That's massive, bro. That nigga can lift up to 4,000 pounds.
200 times 100.
200.
I'm off on math right now.
I got you, bro. I got you. It's 20,000.
That nigga ain't picking them all up.
So you say that
if they all dogpile on him, he can't pick
I mean,
them
they
up.
can all dogpile on him and suffocate him, but
They
he's
can't
gonna
pick him
breathe.
up.
Once he bite the head off of one of them niggas, people gonna get scared and get off of him.
See, this is another thing. If we're using no bloodlust, if we're using regular humans that have morale and think that like have their own fear for their lives and self-preservation, they're losing. Now, if we take all that away, they're winning. So I don't care. They didn't give us parameters, so I'm making my own. So they can. You could be mad about it all you want. If there's no parameters given, I'm putting them in myself, and the humans are winning if these parameters are met. The gorilla's winning if all the other parameters are met.
So we can say 50-50, depending on the circumstances.
It all depends on the circumstances. With all these debates,
Just like our debate earlier.
yeah, it depends on the parameters. I gave you parameters, and you still were like, nah.
We're not gonna
No,
go
you
back
changed
to
your whole mind once I said everyone on that
We're
side.
not gonna go back to that. But yeah, that really had the timeline jumping. To this day, people are still arguing about this thing.
That shit's hilarious.
Like,
I'm-
come on, it made me imagine different matchups in my head.
Now, what would be crazy is it's like 100 vampires versus a gorilla.
That gorilla is not surviving.
No, like the sinners vampires.
That gorilla is not surviving.
You think so?
No,
Those vampires weren't that tough. I'm gonna be honest.
they
with you.
were on crack.
Nigga, smoke and
You
stack.
bite their heads off, and them niggas come back, bro. They're immortal. We like they're gonna win.
They're not truly immortal, but they can be killed.
The gorilla is not gonna put a stake to the heart, is he?
It's gonna break their heads off.
They're gonna come back.
We don't know that.
We do. They said it in the movie.
No, one of the things with vampires is if you cut their heads off, they're dead.
Well, the Sinner's
That's one of the
parameter.
base. These vampires are based on like the actual lore folktale.
I'm
vampires.
not gonna put too much thought into that because
Stake
they
through the
didn't
heart,
say.
garlic, can't walk into the doors, sunlight kills them, head taken off is another factor to kill them.
The gorilla is not gonna be smart enough to do that for
What
all
do you mean
100,
smart
all
enough?
100 of them.
First of all, none of them are standing up once they're.
I got my
once
money. I got my money on the 100 vampires.
No, I do too. But like, I'm saying these vampires because
100%
no,
got my money.
they
on
can't
them.
regenerate.
I still got 100. I still got my 100% my money on them.
I don't know. They don't have any excessive strength.
I still got my money on them, bro.
Nigga, Smoke and Stack were fighting even in that fight, and I'm like,
They were.
what vampires
That
are
vampire's gonna bite that fucking
these? First of
gorilla
all,
off.
when,
Like,
no, first of
he's
all,
gonna bleed out eventually.
no, I know. Listen,
So you agree with me?
I did, but I'm saying that he's taken out way more vampires before.
I don't think he's taking out any.
He's taken out.
I
a
really
lot.
don't think he's gonna take out any.
Yeah,
You say like
bro,
break their
we're
necks
talking about
off.
thinner vampires.
Yeah.
They don't have regen.
Okay, but they still come back.
If their head pops off, they're done for.
The gorilla is not. By the time he pops out one of their heads,
First of all,
100's already bitten
First of
him.
all-
He's gonna bleed out, bro.
no. First of all, you said that the gorilla, when they're fighting the humans, is whopping all of them niggas out. You think those vampires are gonna have the same chance?
They're vampires.
We're talking about
They're
these
less afraid
vampires.
of getting injured.
Yeah, but we're talking about these vampires.
Yes.
They're not as strong as the vampires
I
we know.
don't care if they're strong. I say they're less afraid of getting
First
injured.
of all, these vampires are basically humans, just on. Okay.
You're really nerfing the fuck out of those vampires.
They're nerfed as hell in
You're
that movie.
nerfing the fuck out of them.
They
First
were
of all,
nerfed as hell.
nigga, Cornbread got shot in the face and still fucking came back,
Did his
bro.
head pop off?
No, but he
Okay,
still
then.
fucking came back.
Did he regen his face?
Did he care about the pain? No.
Did he regen his face?
I don't care about regen.
Then his head didn't pop off.
You really focus on that head being popped
That's
off
a
thing.
main factor in vampires,
Bro.
especially these lore folk
You think
vampires.
that fucking gorilla is gonna be like, oh, they're vampires. I gotta pop their head
I'm not
off.
talking about the gorilla. The gorilla's just gonna be attacking them.
By the time he attacks them, they already bit his fucking neck off and he's bleeding out. He's gonna bleed out. He's gonna die.
When are they gonna get to his neck?
Bro, first of all, Remy could fly. We saw that. We saw that.
I don't know if he can fly.
Okay, now you wanna alright. Cause we can stay here
Because
all
if a nigga
night.
can fly, why does
He could fly. We saw him float.
No,
We saw it in the
We saw
movie.
We saw
He
him
was
get-
floating. He was floating.
We saw bro jump up and levitate a little.
Bro. Yes, he can fly.
He was levitating. He,
He
wasn't
can fly.
flying.
Nigga can fly.
Nigga
First
can-
scene of the movie, he fucking crashed on that fucking doorstep. Nigga can fly.
Can nigga turn into a bat?
That I don't know.
All right.
I'm not gonna argue with you on that, but
Alright.
I saw that nigga flying,
'Cause
so I'm gonna assume the
all
nigga
I-
can fly.
Every
That
vampire.
vampire's gonna fuck that
Nigga,
nigga up. They're
Nigga,
gonna fuck that
show me a
gorilla up.
vampire in like full lore that can just fly without turning into a bat. They can jump really high and levitate a little. I never saw that nigga fly.
What is levitation?
Huh?
What is levitation?
You can only float for a little bit.
You can only float for a little bit. That's
Yeah.
all they need. If you want, even if you want to use your own rule, because you don't want to admit that they can fly, fine.
You think that he could fly off into the sky?
Bro, we saw him crash down from the sky, so I'm assuming he can fly.
Wait, why would he crash down if he could just
Wait,
fly?
you know what?
Why did he just fly into the house?
Because why did he fly?
Why did he just fly into the house?
We said that he was a bat.
Huh?
We said that he was a bat.
Who said? You said he could fly.
He can't get invited to the house unless he
No,
gets
why didn't he
invited.
just fly to the house? Why did he land?
He landed on the door. He landed on the doorstep.
He jumped.
So okay, so you say bro was just walking and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna jump!" Boom, landing on the fucking doorstep.
That's how we saw him.
Bro,
You don't know what he
flying.
was doing before then.
We
was being
saw
chased.
that nigga fly.
He was being.
I'm gonna leave it
chased.
at that.
He was being chased.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
He was being
Because
chased.
my eyes saw that nigga
Do you
fly.
think that niggas that are chasing him on horseback are gonna be like, he's up there, he's up there?
Nigga, you don't know if they got fucking arrows?
Did you see an arrow in his back?
First of all, we don't even know if he can transform into a bat.
Did
We
you
don't
see
know
an
that.
arrow in his back?
Listen.
Did you see him
I said,
transform
First
into
of all, we don't even know if he can transform into a bat. So I don't know what the fuck form he took or whatever.
If he didn't show he could do it, he
My
could
point
do
is, did we see him? You want to call it levitating? I call it flying. We saw that, right? We both
when
saw
he
that.
walked up to Mary.
Listen, no, we saw that,
He
right?
flew up to Mary. He was like, "Woo!" I was like,
We-
"Fucking corny."
We saw that, or we didn't see that. You saw it, right?
We saw him go, "Woo!"
whatever you want to
We
call
saw him make a nice leap to Mary.
it. Nice leap. That was not a leap.
You know what flying is? Superman can fly.
Okay, imagine if 100 of those vampires do that same leap.
To the gorilla? The gorilla's looking up.
He's gonna be confused. They're gonna fucking bite that nigga off. He's gonna die. He is gonna die.
You're still missing the point. The gorilla's
Bro.
not winning.
I'm never gonna win an argument with you.
The
The
gorilla
fact that they're flying.
You're not gonna
so
win
I'm
an-
dismissing that out completely.
argument.
You want to call it a
Because I
fucking
already
levitation? We went from levitation to a leap, to a nice jump, bro. Okay. Keep moving the goalpost.
I want you to go through this entire movie. I want the fans to go through this entire movie and show me a scene where you see this nigga fully flying.
All right. Anyways,
Show me a scene where he flies.
my money is on the vampires.
No, again, I said the vampires are winning. I'm just saying he's knocking off a few of them before they go down.
I doubt it because they're gonna come back,
They're not immortal.
bro. You focus on that head popped off thing again. We don't have to keep going back and forth because you're gonna reiterate your points about their heads being popped off. And I'm saying, like, bro, that gorilla is not smart enough to figure out vampire lore and be like, oh, actually, I gotta take their heads off for them to not come back.
If they were humans or vampires, their heads are getting popped off
Okay.
by that gorilla. First of all, you're the one who was like, I'm gonna take this human. You think his head's gonna stay attached?
That was fucking for comedic purposes. I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do. I'm not a fucking gorilla. You think I know the combos that nigga is gonna hit?
So why you
You
assuming?
think that nigga? I'm like, okay, the gorilla is gonna hit the 1-2. I don't fucking know. All I know is that gorillas, when they're fucking mad, they fucking slam their fucking chest. They slam their you want me to go full gorilla on this bitch? They slam their chest.
So why do you
They
assume?
hit that move where like, you know that move where they like, they just like, I don't know, they just do that thing and they just slam shit. Niggas just slam shit. That's what they do.
So why are you assuming he won't know what to do when the vampires come?
Cause he's not fucking smart.
But you're not a gorilla.
Stupid.
But you're not a gorilla. Why you call gorillas stupid? You know they branched off from our species, right?
Okay. Okay.
I'm just saying he'll take out some before he dies. And you're like, no, he's killing none of them.
Vampires? No.
The vampires that I know that I think are strong versus the sinner vampires.
Okay, you're vampires, right?
Huh?
You're vampires?
All right.
That
let me
you
think.
make the
Have you
perimeter.
seen Castlevania?
Of course I've seen Castlevania.
All right, those vampires.
I don't care. What's what we're talking about?
No, those vampires.
They're way different
Are
vampires.
those vampires fighting the sinners? Who's winning?
The Castlevania vampires,
Okay, then.
obviously.
Okay, then.
But you want to keep moving the goalposts. We started off of Sinners vampires. Now we're in Castlevania vampires. They're
No, I'm
different
just
type
making
of
the
vampires.
connection, telling you that there's a very drastic difference between these
I
vampires.
know that. And
And
I'm
they're
telling you that the Sinners vampires can still take on that fucking gorilla.
And I'm telling you that the sinner vampires are just fucking humans. With a few little perks.
That can levitate, right? Okay. Oh no, not even levitate. They can do a nice long leap. Okay.
Have you seen Twilight? You see the niggas in Twilight fly?
Twilight is different, bro.
They're
They have-
vampires.
They have enhanced strength and shit, bro. Totally different type of vampires.
What's their enhanced strength?
Okay, let's make this fun, right?
Edward versus
What?
Edward
No.
versus Smoke. Tell me right now who you got.
Edward versus Smoke. Edward will fuck that nigga up. It's not even fair, bro.
Edward versus Stack and Smoke.
Edward will fuck them niggas up.
So
They got
you-
super speed, super every. They're,
So you're
yeah.
admitting that these vampires are drastically weaker, right? Because no, here's why I think it's crazy.
I never
'Cause when
disagreed with
Short-
you that they were
when-
different.
When
compared to
Shorty
other
said
shows.
let them in, and they all rushed them, niggas still had time to shoot and reload, shoot and reload, shoot
Yeah,
and
they
reload,
did.
and they were going down,
Yeah.
shoot and reload, shoot. I'm like, they should be dead right now.
You're right.
So, those vampires versus the gorilla, who's faster than humans.
Bro, what? What are we talking about? Speed now?
Is that not a factor in this fight?
They would still take them.
The gorilla, you think gorilla's faster than humans?
Bro, we're not talking about humans. I'm
No,
saying,
no. These vampires are
Chris,
basically
whatever
humans.
parameters you put on to those sinners vampires,
Listen,
however much you want to nerf
I get you
them,
don't power scale, but I look at
however
feats.
much you want to like look at how strong or not they are, they're gonna fucking take that gorilla down.
Listen, I look
That's
at
it.
feats and I see all the feats of all those vampires, and I think that they're all very human-like. with like maybe a little. I can't even say they had a stronger strength because Smoke and Stack were fighting even.
Mm. Okay.
That's just me.
Okay. We can agree to disagree.
The fighting had nothing to do with the whole story. The story's great, but I was just saying like that was a very interesting factor.
We can agree to disagree.
I guess that's what we can always do.
We
but-
changed this from 100 men to 100 vampires, which was
That's the
relevant.
name-
It's relevant.
That's the name of this episode.
100 vampires versus
100
100 humans.
One gorilla versus 100 vampires.
People, I'm sure people in the comment, guys, what do you guys think?
Let me know what you
Cinder
think.
vampires, 100 of them against a
Vampires
gorilla.
versus
I want
one
to hear.
gorilla.
I want to hear your takes in the comment section. We'll
and
see.
Not homie, the main vampire guy.
Not Remick.
Remick.
Why? Why you excluding Remick out of
I mean, you
it?
could put Remy.
I love that you freaking always
No, I
try
don't
to
want to
nerf
because
them. Why?
don't
Because he
forget-
levitates?
No, because
No, he doesn't even levitate. He leaps.
no. But can
Okay,
any of
bro.
them else do that? Have we seen
I
any of
don't
them
know.
do
I
that?
don't know. We haven't seen it.
All right then.
You say okay. We're not. All right, guys. What do you guys think? Let's move it up to the audience.
I'll leave it
Let's
to the
see-
audience.
Let's see what they think.
What's it called? No, I said Remick because like if you kill him, they all die or something.
I think so.
But
'Cause
which isn't true.
I think everybody turned. If there's sunlight, they.
No, they made that a thing, but no, they all died from the sunlight.
Yeah, I
and that's
think
why
so,
the
too.
other two will survive. There's another scene in there when he killed Annie. Stack and Mary had some. There was like a scene where they looked a certain way, and I'm like, did they break the mind control?
I don't know.
Because why didn't Stack kill Smoke when he's commanded by Remy?
He had that amulet around his neck that
No,
repelled
I'm
him.
talking about his Stack's in premonition to kill them. Like Remy has control of all of them.
Okay. Smoke had an amulet at the time that
No,
repelled
not,
him.
the amulet is protecting Smoke. It doesn't prevent Stack from killing him. It doesn't really, if you think about it.
What are you talking about? Stack tried to bite Smoke and he couldn't because of the amulet.
Or just Smoke was just fast enough to dodge that. Tell me,
No, now we're gonna power skill Smoke. No, Chris, no.
you just
That's-
admitted that they were fighting evenly.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you can't dodge an attack from someone you're fighting on an even
bro.
playing field
The
with.
scene literally, you saw him being repelled because of the amulet. We saw that. We literally saw that. They showed it to you.
Listen, all I'm saying is that Stack and Mary broke the mind control, broke free from it at some point.
They just ran away.
How could they run away if they were under his control?
Who said that there was even control? That's your speculation.
No,
Then
that's,
it
that's-
wasn't. It wasn't. It was never stated anywhere that there was some kind of mind control going on. They didn't say anything about it.
Sorry
That's
about-
your own
Sorry
headcanon.
about basic vampire lore. You're familiar is under your control until you kill the vampire. Then
They were able to break free because they ran.
literally said it that even if you kill the master vampire, the regular vampires are basically free to go.
That's why Stack and Annie left. They
No,
left.
later, yeah.
They weren't controlled.
No, but they weren't controlled before they died. Before Remy died.
They just said that they had access to his
'Cause
memories.
why didn't-
That's all.
why
they
didn't
didn't say they were controlled.
Why didn't Mary run off?
What did Mary ran off?
Yeah.
She was scared to fucking die.
Did any of them look like they were scared to die?
They didn't want to run off.
Why didn't the rest of them run off?
That's a question you gotta have to ask. They didn't want to.
I'm just saying that from what I saw and my
Some-
interpretation is that when Annie died, that broke something in Smoke and a Stack and Mary, and
You can.
their
you can-
morale dropped.
You can argue, but you
We can
didn't.
rewatch the movie and we'll see it.
Yeah, but you didn't present. That was your interpretation. That's okay, but you didn't present any factual facts from the movie to support that. You just said that's how you feel, which is okay.
No,
'Cause
it's-
that's your interpretation. I can't go against your interpretation.
but that was a pivotal moment in when Annie died.
Okay,
Like
It was very-
that's
it
what
was-
the movie was trying to portray.
I don't think so. It was an emotional scene. That's all. He had to kill his wife.
Yeah, but
He had to end her.
yeah, no, that part. But look at the reaction of everyone else.
They were just still fighting. It was a sad moment.
You didn't see the scene where Smoke and Mary both looked at him.
They were sad. At the
And
end of the
that
day,
triggered nothing for you.
because she didn't they were sad because she wasn't gonna transform and be a vampire as well. He killed her right then and there.
I
He
know.
ended her. Of course they were sad. Because at the end of the day, they still cared about her.
Listen, we can go watch it again, and we'll show.
Again,
again,
there's
we both
no-
only seen the movie once.
It's true, but still,
There's a lot of things we both
there's
haven't
no
seen.
right or wrong here, though.
I'm not talking about
we
right
can
or wrong.
each interpret the scene the way we want. So that's what I'm saying. Your interpretation, that's how you took
Oh
it.
yeah, no, I'm just saying what makes sense to me.
And that's okay.
If it doesn't make sense to you, you have to make it. I need you to understand what I'm saying.
I do understand what you're saying, but I also presented an argument against what you said.
What is
you
your
said.
argument against it?
I just told you it was just an emotional scene. They were sad because she wasn't transforming into a vampire. She was just dying. They were disappointed.
Where did Mary go right after that?
She died.
Mary.
He went to their version of. Even Mary?
Yeah, where did Mary go right after Annie died?
What you mean? She ran off.
It's weird. She's supposed to be killing everybody.
She didn't want to anymore.
Wonder why.
Her and Stack ran off together. Like, go
No.
watch the movie. You will see that scene. I don't want to argue again because I've seen that scene, and for just like you told me there was another scene that I missed. I didn't remember seeing that. I missed that scene, so I gotta go back and watch. But go back
No,
and watch the ending
I'm
of that
saying
scene.
that Mary ran off. Why would Mary run off when she's been told to kill everyone?
She ran off. I just want me to tell you. She ran off.
We can agree to disagree.
Her and Stack ran off together.
No, Stack didn't run off till later.
No, the scene shows them both running together.
All right, I'll watch the scene again.
It shows it. I'm sure
I'm
the
sure
people in
we'll
the
go
comment section will tell you.
All right.
We gotta get out of here before the camera dies.
If you made it this far, let us know your thoughts on Sinners
Heated debate
and 100 silverback gorillas versus 100 vampires.
and 100 humans. We threw both of them in there. I like this
100
thing.
vampires, 100 humans, 100 gorillas. Who's winning? Who's coming out alive? Answer me that, and I'll give you the key
Please
to
have a
immortality.
lively discussion in the comment section, and hopefully you tune in next week for if there's some funny ones in there, some funny replies, we'll feature it on the show.
No, we're gonna reply to them next time, and we're both gonna watch the movie again.
Yeah, when it comes out. I'm not going to the movies to see it again. I'd rather go see The Accountant too.
No, I'm gonna go see it. That's gonna be great.
The
But I'm
Accountant
gonna
2,
go see it in IMAX 'cause I didn't see it in IMAX.
The Accountant 2 was great. The Accountant 1 was good, so I'm excited for The Accountant 2. But that's another topic.
Same.
When I
That's
see
a great
when I
movie.
see The Accountant 2, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, that's the next topic. Oh,
Alright.
and Thunderbolts.
Huh?
Thunderbolts.
And
I gotta see.
Thunderbolts.
I'm hearing it's great.
All right.
So
But yeah, thanks for tuning in to this heated debate. I'm sure the messy people, whenever we talk about soccer, them niggas come out of the woodwork. So I hope some chess niggas come in and give us some insight too.
yeah, please come in.
Please come in and
I'm only an amateur.
subscribe, like, and please share the content like you guys been doing. And
Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching.
we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week or the next couple days. Who knows? We're dropping randomly now, or twice a week, or once or twice a week, depending on the week.
It depends on the week, honestly.
We're trying to keep it up for you guys. All right, we're trying to double production, triple production.
But yeah,
Anyway, any last words for the people?
peace.
Yeah, spread peace. Stop hating. Love more than you hate. And maybe you'll be a better person. If you hate more than you love, then I have some bad news to tell you. You don't belong here. Goodbye.